after penalizing the lawbreaker, let us not allow the violation of the law. It's a matter of policy. Ano to? This is to preserve, safeguard, and prolong the lifespan of our public works, especially our roads and highways. And of course, safeguard the people's money. Yun naman yun eh. Paulit-ulit, di ba? Yun eh. Sa tingin ko magugustuhan ng taong bayan to, Mr. Chairman, kasi sila naman na nagre-reklamo, yung parating lang nakikita na ayos pa, ginagawa ulit. The longer ang economic life, yan, useful economic life, the better for all, because if we can spare money for public works construction, sa ibang lugar naman ang i-improve natin, not the same road or the same highway, paulit-ulit na lang. Kasi itong reklamo na ito, siyempre ang nagre-reklamo dyan ay meron pang fresh sa memory niya na kagagawa lang yan eh. Kagagawa lang yan eh, gagawin ulit. So ang question ko rito, when there is a public works like roads, what are the warranty periods? And also for bridges, I raised this last year, the collapsing bridges. So what are the rules on newly constructed roads, for example? How long should we enjoy these roads before they are to be repaired or rehabilitated already, Mr. Secretary?
Again, roads are designed in terms of the cumulative axle, the pavement po. The pavement, while the structure of the roads is designed on how many cumulative axle loads that will pass through it within a certain period of time. Ang parameter ho that I can remember that we have been using is actually when you design a road, it should be for asphalt pavement, it should be designed for 15 years at least. For 15 years yung economic life. But depending on the number of axle loads that will pass through it. For concrete roads, Your Honor, it will be about 25 years. Again, it is also designed in the cumulative axle loads that will pass through it. For bridges, I think it should be, again, about 25 to 30 years. But hindi ho yung axle load ang pinagbabasehan to. It's actually the gross vehicular weight that passes through it over the years. Now,
To 30 sa bridges?
yes,
25 to 30.
30 years.
Yes, years.
Years, Your Honor. Having said that, during the design life of these roads, you do have to do routine maintenance almost every day. And then you also have to undertake preventive maintenance so that you can extend the life of the project to 15 years. For asphalt roads, Your Honor, the design intervention would be anywhere between 5 years. 5 years, you have to undertake some preventive maintenance. Of course, yung daily routine maintenance has to be undertaken. And for concrete roads is anywhere between 7 to 8 years, Your Honor, yung preventive maintenance program niyan. In order that you could reach actually the design period. Now, the challenge, Your Honor, is actually, as I said, this is cumulative axle load limits that we are talking about. Ang problema lang natin dito, for now in the Philippines, we have allowed actually an axle load limit of 13 tons per axle. 13.5 tons per axle. This is one of the highest in the world.
13.5
per axle, yes. And this is one of the highest in the world. Now the challenge, Your Honor, is actually how to control.
When you said that 13.5 tons, tama, tons kasi 1,000 yung 1,000 kilograms equals 1 ton, no?
13.5 tons.
Sige, gawin na lang natin yung what is in the law. When you said that 13,500 kilograms is one of the highest in the world, were you praising us for that, or were you criticizing that that weight load as being too liberal?
To me, Your Honor, it's too liberal.
Yeah, tama. So ang gusto mo sabihin,
To me,
para
it's
hindi
too
tayo
liberal.
naglolokohan sa lifespan or economic lifespan ng ating mga daan, dapat realistic din tayo pagdating sa axle load na inaalaw natin na gumagamit sa ating mga daan. Is that a layman's way of putting it,
Yeah, that's right.
Engineer Secretary?
Yeah, of course, Your Honor. I think I totally agree with your premise. Actually, Your Honor, the other challenge actually here, Your Honor, is how to impose actually the axle load limit.
To measure it, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that. Pero the point, doon muna tayo sa limit. Doon muna tayo sa limit because even if you measure it and then you allow it and it is too heavy for our specs or for our roads, di kawawa rin tayo. Then paulit-ulit itong kritisismo sa DPWH and then ultimately paabot na yan sa mga legislators na ano ba yung daan na yan, kagagawa lang, sisirain ulit. Ang explanation, napaka-technical. Axle load. Sino makaintindi niyan? Yung sa bridge naman, vehicular, ano sabi niyo, number of gross vehicle weight. I mean, we are trying to be very practical na in our approach and I hope my colleagues will share this approach na ano na tayo, value for money na tayo. We have no time to waste. We have no resources to waste actually. Sa pagkakaintindi ko, ito yung ang total budget yata natin ngayon for next year pala is 5.7 trillion. Tama ba? What's the bottom line? Can you give me bottom line figures? 5.7 trillion, something like that. Then 2.2 trillion uutangin. Uutangin. Kung gamit ka lang ng calculator sa kada piso na balak gastusin ng gobyerno next year, 40 centavos noon uutangin. So can we afford to construct again or to repair a road which has just been constructed or repaired? Okay. Ayun ang ating, so the longer ang economic life yan, useful economic life, the better for all because if we can spare money for public works construction, sa ibang lugar naman ang i-improve natin, not the same road or the same highway, paulit-ulit na lang. Nagreklamo na ako niyan actually sa law school pa ako na, pero anyway, na technical ano rin tayo. So ulitin ko nga. So I hope that practical approach is shared by all, no, na hindi lang tayo, well, but there might be a reason, pero okay, ganito lang na, Secretary. Para lang maintindihan, to be fair to the department. Sometimes when we see a construction on the road or on the highway, it is actually just yung tinatawag mong maintenance or preventive maintenance. Is it possible na yun yung nakikita ng tao? It's not really a reconstruction or overhauling or of the road or the highway, but just a preventive maintenance. Yung sinasabi mo na para may periodic period.
Before you answer, Sec, I just want to acknowledge the presence of our Senate Chair of Migrant Workers and Energy, Senator Raffy Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr.
Morning.
Chair.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Sec. Yeah.
Well, Your Honor, it can be both. Actually, it can be both preventive maintenance and the reconstruction. It can be both po. Yung nakikita natin na ginagawa sa mga kalsada natin ngayon.
This axle load mentioned in RA 8794 of 13,500 kilograms is one of the highest in the world, and he seems to disagree with such a high allowable load limit. So if you can share, if you're ready with your professional opinion, Secretary, what should that recommended weight be given Philippine experience, context, and culture. I-take account nyo na po yan. I mean, we're old enough to know our country, our people, our workmanship, and how we do public works. So, ano pong dapat natin gawin?
I can only remind I can only my information in other countries, Your Honor. For developed countries, the axle load limit that had been imposed in many countries is actually anywhere between 9.5 to 11 tons per axle, Your Honor. In Japan, I think it's 10.5. In Japan, it's 10.5. In the US, I think it's 10. And in other European countries, I think they're even limiting it to 9.5. Tons per axle, Your Honor. I think the other issue here is the penalty. The penalty imposed actually is outdated, to my opinion, Your Honor.
In what sense? They would rather pay the penalty than
They would
than follow the law.
Siguro.
Ah, okay.